Hello, welcome to another video, and today I'm bringing a Sniper Vex build that's really fun to play, because, well, we've got proper sniping in Borderlands again. You can go up on a ridge and start sniping down. It's one of the good things about open world is you can snipe, like, proper long range, hitting heads, and it's really good fun, and it's really effective. Thanks to the licensed parts system, we can use a very powerful auto sniper rifle, give it explosive Torg rounds and Jacob's ricochets, and away you go. You can of course use Jacob snipers if that's your preference, but I prefer the auto ones. And then in terms of bossing, well, we can one-shot those, although it's a bit tricky and uses a bleed proc. Now, do note, it isn't bleed looping, do not worry, we're not using the glitch, it's just a normal one proc of bleed. If, however, that's a bit too complicated, we've got the Affinity XXL, which will just melt everything. In fact, just as I was about to start this commentary, I got this enhancement drop just because of a bubble spawned in my spot. How dare you? So that gave me an extra clip. And yeah, so this is really, really good fun. It's great for mobbing, it's great for bossing, it's just enjoyable. I love, like, accepting bounties and seeing if I can sneak in, get a sniper shot out, one-shot it, and sneak out. It's good fun for that. Vile enemies are a bit complicated. The explosive rounds can take out all the crystals, although if you shoot for the glowy orbs, it counts as a crit, so you get the ricochet, and that will wipe them out. Otherwise, just use your favorite grenades or ordnance. And of course, for backup, we've got the armored bod. Jumping into the spec, we're going to start with Guns and Needles and Leeching Attunement to get us to Bloodletter. Bloodletter is very good with snipers, you get strong bleeds, and it will really just help you one-shot everything that you can't one-shot with the impact. Then Material Components to help boost that up to unlock Witchy Triggerfinger if that's what we want to run. So we'll do that. I don't really use my action skill on this build. You can use Dead Ringer and Coven, but that does open up the door to a potential bleed reproc or two, though it's not consistent enough to be like the full-on abuse. And then, of course, we go straight to Ars Arcana into Bloodshot. Bloodshot is, of course, whenever we use a rep kit, our next gunshot will become a Bloodshot. This is post-add damage, and it's very, very powerful. So it gets added on to the base damage of your gun after being multiplied by amp. So it's really good. It doesn't multiply with amp, unfortunately, it only adds on the end, but it will multiply with everything else in our damage formula. And because it's kinetic, that will go into material components here. Then we've gone with Essence Leech for some lifesteal into Blood is Power, just to give us some extra death power. Now it is worth noting that Blood is Power is a bonus element, which means the damage gained from Blood is Power will not feed into Bloodletter. But it is just a very good generalist skill for damage output. It makes us very tanky as well, thanks to Essence Leech. You can go the kill skill route, but for this particular build, because I have the kill skill Vex build, I prefer to go non-kill skill this way, so I have something that's like just like solid, straight up, immediate damage out the gate, which makes it very comfortable for bossing, whereas that build is more of a momentum-based, get lots of kill skills. Then I do go over to Blue Tree here. We're going to grab Fell Inscriptions for some more maximum health, because this will feed into our Bloodshots. And that leaves us with 11 points left over. And what to do with those? Well, we can fill out Leeching Attunement now that we have Blood is Power. And our main snipers will be non-elemental. 3 points of Drinkful for some fire rate, because we are going to be using the Affinity XXL for bossing if we don't want to go for the one-shot. Now, this is where I have always ran Blood is Magic, and this is to just get a little bit more damage onto my Bloodshots, which is good for one-shotting. However, if you're just melting bosses, you can kind of skip this and go all in on Drinkful, leaving you 2 more points to go wherever you want. I would probably suggest Fiendish Invigoration. Those final 2 points are entirely up to you. You can go Grave Assault if you want, you can go Idle Hands, you can go Blood is Magic or Hasty Fiends, though I will always suggest that Fiendish Invigoration is better, especially since we will be spamming our rep kit. So let's do that actually. Drink full. Could go phase pocket, but I wouldn't recommend it. And yeah, we'll go Fiendish Invigoration. So that will be the final spec here. 5 points in blue tree, fell inscriptions so that maximum health, and then the rest are into green, mainly going down the middle, some rep kit stuff, and then filling out this bottom right hand side of the tree. Now onto the gear, and my primary favorite weapon of choice are Order sniper rifles. They're just so fun, especially when you get Torg Impact and Jacob's ricochets on them. That is the one to keep an eye out for. It's definitely my favorite non-unique in the game. However, I am aware that not everyone likes Order sniper rifles. Do not worry, Jacobs are just as good. They're, they can be a bit easier to use. They're snappy. They're just great fun. We love our Jacobs sniper rifles, and they continue to just be one-shot machines in this game as well. Not quite as one-shot machine as these though, because whilst we can tap fire, we can also hold for a really big one bullet. Now, it says multiple rounds at once. It is actually just one big bullet. It takes 6 ammo to do, so make sure you've got a full mag when you take the shot. And this shot is capable, with a bleed proc, to one-shot most bosses in this game. In practice, if you're not lucky, it will take you to 2 to 3 shots to one-shot the boss. So the gameplay loop will be, you rep kit, you shoot, you rep kit, you shoot, and then you're going to be out of rep kits. Or if you're out of rep kits, there'll be ads around the arena. So you take the, you kill the ads, you get a one-shot one kill from specialization tree. This will give you your rep kit back thanks to guns and needles, and then you can amp up your rep kit again and go for another shot on the boss. It sounds complicated, but it's actually really quick to just do. It literally just look for a red dot on your radar, shoot it, it'll die because boss mobs don't have any health. And that'll help cycle your rep kit, because we're using amp on our rep kit. With Enrage as well, I've got an order one done. This one's very good. Wish I had a shorter cooldown, but as I say, we've got guns and needles. The reason why I don't go Leech for the extra lifesteal, because we have Blood is Power, is because it doesn't work with Blood is Power. It just doesn't contribute, which kind of sucks, but hey, we're using Amp and Enrage. And if you're going to be using the Affinity XXL for boss melts, go Enrage and Fire Rate. Speaking of the XXL, I highly recommend we farm it with the Hyperion Grip. Accuracy increases with continuous fire. It changes this weapon. It makes it just a laser beam. Highly recommend we go for that. Then in terms of class mod, this one is of course important. We're using the Sniper class mod. In mobbing, when we're one-shotting everything, every single shot is going to be a bloodshot. It's all about rotating that bloodshot. And of course we also have the bod as well, just as a backup weapon. Unfortunately, I have not yet to get the sniper ammo secondary one. Apparently that's the one with all the rage. I don't have mine yet, so I can't provide any sick bod clips of melting bosses with it yet. But I'll keep farming, I'll keep grinding. But any works. I've mainly been using one with pistol ammo secondary. That's been the one that I've mainly been using, so you don't need a great one, just get one. Get one, and then, of course, with the Undead Eye, back onto it, the best passive would be maximum health, and that maximum health is actually worth a bloodshot point. So if you get one with maximum health, but it's got one less point in bloodshot, it's still better. And the best secondary skill to get on it is Guns and Needles, which gives us more rep kits. Then in terms of shield, we want to be increasing our maximum health as much as we can, so the Timekeeper's new shield just kind of makes sense for that one. In terms of enhancements, for boss melts with the Infinity XXL, we want Duct Tape. Guns with COV license mags have a 100% chance to deal critical damage while overheating, which most of our shots are while overheating. That gives us basically free crit knife. It's really powerful. I don't have a single good passive on this. Recommend that. I have, however, just recently got this one, which I'm looking forward to getting up and running. In terms of general sniping, you of course want either the Order, license parts gain 30% damage from firing from maximum charge. That one's good for the boss one-shots. However, you'll probably prefer the Jacob's Ricochet, giving you, I don't have one on me, giving you an extra ricochet projectile. However, the most important one, the one that I run, is going to be just passives, gun damage and sniper damage. If you can get these two together, that will outweigh any of the main stats. So that one is just increases our base damage. If you've seen my video on on enhancement passives, they go into a separate column in the damage formula, so they're very powerful. Focus on these, then focus on the enhancement main stat for when using your normal snipers. But the reverse true for the affinity. The affinity, you definitely want this duct tape enhancement. Hope that wasn't too confusing. If it was, just ask for clarification and I'll respond to you in the comments. As for Ordnance, well, vile enemies are a bit trickier. We shoot the glowy orbs. They count as crits, so the ricochet will just annihilate them. So if you can get a big high explosive, like a waterfall or just a big rocket launcher or something in our Ordnance slot, that really works for vile enemies. So vile enemies aren't giving you too much problems, but just in case they're giving you issues, big explosive Ordnance. I'm just using this one for the Deadeye. That's literally it. This is not a good grenade. I'm using it for Deadeye. And of course, if you're just sick of an enemy, you can use the knife. You don't have to. It's there. Just do note that if you do use the knife, bleed can start proccing itself. Now, I've got this set up so bleed doesn't proc itself, so we're not abusing the bleed glitch here, but if you want to, we have the tools. It's there. Not for me, thank you. Now onto firmware, we've got Deadeye and Heating Up. Heating Up is going to be mandatory for Affinity XXL to really get the most out of your overheat shots, since that's what you need to sustain ammo and do our damage. Need Heating Up too for when using the Affinity XXL. And if you can have that on a gear swap, so I'm trying to get my Enraged Fire Rate rep kit with my COV enhancement, and then that will allow me to just swap into it, and then I can go, 3 Deadeye, and then kind of whatever you want. So, you know, high cal, lifeblood if you want. I'm not sure if it'll apply to blood is magic. Blood is power, sorry. Trick shot's not terrible. Airstrike even, if you've got explosive rounds. You can go whatever you want as your secondary when normal sniping. But Deadeye is one I'd recommend. Deadeye's great. We like Deadeye. And that, I think, pretty much sums it up. Oh, specializations, how could I forget? Now, I've gone riddle you this, in the zone, one shot, one kill, and bullet train. Now, we can, for normal sniping, drop riddle for overkill. Overkill gives us the explosions. They're very satisfying. So yeah, you can counter on this. And this, though, is quite expensive because it involves putting 20 points in killer, which is quite difficult to do. So maybe go for riddle you this instead. The most important one, though, I would say is going for sharpshooter in the zone, one shot, one kill. Then you can start picking up riddle you this and bullet train, and maybe go for overkill afterwards. So that is quite expensive if you're going for overkill. Otherwise, these ones are a bit more attainable. So those are the specializations. That's the sniper build. It is so much fun. I hope you enjoy using it as much as I am. It's much easier to play than the Vex kill skill build that I uploaded a few weeks ago. It is far easier to play. It's just like upfront damage. It's great fun. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Stay safe, stay awesome. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.